Before there was Coachella, and before Outside Lands, there was a thriving music festival on the Central Coast.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the 2016 Live Oak Music Festival.
And it's still going strong. This was Live Oak 2016, and it's how the festival has started for the previous 27 years, since the very beginning. Let's talk a bit about how Live Oak is an event that helps to shape somebody's life. A lot of young Live Oakies have been coming to the festival their entire lives. This is the case for musician Maya Burns. Maya is 17 and says that she's been attending Live Oak since before she was born. So, when her mom was pregnant with her. Maya's father, Jimmy, was the first person to ever sell tie-dye at Live Oak and has been with the festival since the beginning. Maya is now almost an adult and performing in her own band. I met up with her backstage before her show to see how she was feeling.
I'm really excited. It's my first year on the Hot Licks stage with my own full set, so I'm psyched.
This is a big moment for Maya. She's been performing in the Kids Talent Show since she was 2.
It ended kind of sad because I sang my song, I was really happy, but there's a 2-minute limit to each act of the kids show, and I wanted to keep going, you know. And so my mom literally had to grab me by the diaper and pull me off, and I was like what? This is my slot, you know. And so, yeah, I think that's my first memory here.
This was one of the moments that made Maya decide to become a musician.
Well, this will sound crazy, but I told my parents when I was 3 that I was a singer and that's what I was going to do. And they kind of went, oh, yeah, sure, and you'll be a fairy princess and, all the things little kids say.
Because of Live Oak, Maya fell in love with music and performing. And today, she travels with her family to perform at festivals all over the country.
So this is Panama 66.
I asked Maya what her favorite part of the set was.
I think it's that moment right after the last song when you realize that it happened, and you can just go, oh, that's my favorite part of the set. And, well, during the performance, I love to look out at people, but that moment when the set ends and you look out and you're sharing that moment with everyone and you can see everyone, you're not focusing on whatever you're doing, you can just look at them and they look at you, and there's this beautiful exchange that happens. And yeah, that was definitely my favorite part today. I got a standing ovation, which was incredible. I didn't even realize it at first. I was so overwhelmed with the emotion of it, and then I went, oh my God, they're all standing. And then the guitarist turns to me, he goes, bow, bow. And I go, oh, yeah, that's right. I was just stunned. It was so much fun.
What you do most of your traveling in for the road?
I do. Yeah, in this big van with no windows in the back. I just sit back here and play my guitar, travel, yeah.
Can you describe some of the stuff we have in this van right now?
We have lots of coconut water, CDs, tie-dyes, lots and lots of tie-dyes. Suitcases full of clothes, and it's pretty disorganized, but you guys can't see it, so I'll say it. It looks great.
It does look great.
It looks great. It
looks loved and lived in, right?
Exactly.
Okay, so let's start off by talking about that set you just did about an hour ago. How are you feeling after that?
I am feeling great. I'm actually relaxed now. When you first get off stage, you're super excited and there's all this energy. And a woman just gave me a foot massage, actually. She offered me one, and I was like, how can I refuse? And so now I feel like it got all the tension out of performing. Like I'm in my zen now.
You're in the post-performance glow now.
Exactly. Thank you. Good words.
And so you talk about your style of music. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, well, my roots are based in Mexican music, which is mariachi, ranchero, bolero, and I started that when I was 4, singing that. That's how I learned the language Spanish. I actually sang before I spoke the language, so music has helped me in lots of ways. And then my dad's a tie-dyer, as you know, and we used to travel around California, and I got this influence of jam bands, like in the background you may hear it, and funk, blues, like all these different genres at these festivals. So that was good for me. I've been going to these festivals since I was in my mom's belly, you know, so I was lucky to have those influences. And I think they all melded together at some point when I was 12, and I started writing music when I was 12, and it just kind of, actually the set today was mostly original songs. Yeah, so that was, it's just, I can't believe I'm here, you know? I've been coming here so long, and I would do one song at the kids' talent show, take my little bow, walk off, and that was a full 45 minutes all the way.
And let's talk about your voice a little. You have a very unique sound. I remember you already talked about ranchero influence. What are your other influences?
Well, I used to watch a lot of movies like that had jazz, you know? I don't know if you know of Judy Garland, incredible singer, and she did a lot of animated films. And so I'd listen to those animated films over and over. There's this great movie called Gay Pourri, and it's just she's a cat in it. It's like Happy Cats in Paris, and she sings in it, and I learned jazz through that. I just I watched that movie over and over. Oh, and Singing in the Rain was my all-time favorite when I was little. So like I listened to a lot of Jane Kelly, I guess, and just an incredible, back when you had to do recordings in one shot, you know, there was no auto-tune, people just really had talent. And so I listened to that over and over too, as well as going to school in Mexico and getting my ranchero on.
I can definitely see how those older movies and stuff have influenced you, because you have a very old style voice. Have you ever heard that before?
Yeah, I've heard that.
Okay, so the next question.
All right.
So the radio can't see us right now because it's radio. But
All
you
right.
have a very distinct garment on right now.
I do.
And I want you to describe that for us and tell us when that started, because I've seen YouTube videos of you and you always wear it when you're performing.
I do. Hi. Yes, I am wearing a top hat with a flower on and a rooster feather shooting right out of the flower. Yes, I hope you are all imagining that. And tie-dye dress, mismatched socks. One is totally, it's like blue and black and it's stripes, and the other one's just white. And actually it says no nonsense on it. So I have my no nonsense sock, and then I have the total nonsense sock, other one on, totally not matching, and dress shoes. So you guys are all confused now. I'm glad I could do that. I could do that for you. And I started wearing my top hat when I was probably 11 or 12. Someone told me I needed a look as an artist. They're like, you gotta have a look. So I looked in the mirror and I was like, trying to get a look. And and then I went to a Goodwill or secondhand store, and I started trying on just stuff, because, you know, I decided I'd spend a little money. And so I was trying things on, and there was this top hat, and it was silk, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is beautiful. And I was gonna fly out like in a month to perform at Linda Ronstadt's concert that I'd been invited to, so I really needed a look, you know? And so I'm looking at all these things, and I go, oh my God, here's a top hat, this is beautiful. I put it on, I took a silly picture in it, and I left for San Jose, And so it was just a top hat. Like, it had nothing on it. It was plain. And then when I got back, I left it at a restaurant. And I never got it back. And I was devastated. I was like, my top hat, that was my look. I finally had it figured out. And so I get a felt hat. I never found a silk one after that that had that style. And I got a felt one, and I was like, well, this is kind of plain. I got to do something. So I put a headband on it. And so, yeah, this is actually a headband with the flower and everything. So it's, yeah, and I thought, oh, that looks good. And I wear it for a couple months. And then I actually raise chickens down where I live. And I had a beautiful, beautiful rooster named Jerry. Oh my God, I could do a whole interview about him, but I won't. Just mention him, Jerry. And I used to just clip his feathers, and they got too long. And one day I went, well, what if I put some feathers in my hat? And I put a bunch of feathers, and it looked crazy. I looked like a crazy bird lady. And I went, okay, this is too much. So I took him out, and then I went, wait, what if I just put the one rooster feather? And then it just stuck, and then it's kind of got a curl to it. You guys can't see it, but Rebekah here can see. And so I just clipped a couple of them. I have them stored in case I need more someday if this one gets old. I miss them. I've been traveling for 80 days now.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. It's so hard to live in a van. I speak from experience. And I usually have to camp out in a tent here, and it really gets my allergies and just the dirt in the air. And last night I slept in the van, and I felt pretty special. I'm like, that's when like you're moving up in the world. Yeah, as opposed to a tent. Yeah. Luxury, yeah. My dad just heard that, he's laughing.
So what is your favorite Live Oak memory?
My favorite Live Oak memory, I think I just made it today. Really. I just made it on stage today at 8 a.m. Saturday. Yeah. That was my favorite.
What made that one so special?
I have incredible friends here, and people have supported me every year. I used to play down in the camp, a group of just amazing people, and they showed up a half hour early to my set. I mean, they're just love. They are love. And so to see them finally there, like to see me, because they've been wanting me to get up on stage for a couple of years now, and I've wanted to too, but this is the first year they accepted my request and booked me, and just to look out and see them and go, we're here, we did it, like it didn't just happen. It was years, and they were there pretty much we only see each other once a year, but they've definitely been a part of my growth. So I think that was what made it my favorite, just them and everyone. Yeah, like you're connecting, like you put something out there and they receive it and they take it in and then they give you something in return. And I've almost started crying because of just everything that's going on in the world, and there's music to get through everything. I think music is there for everyone.
So while you're performing, I was watching your face, and you get so into it. You get so passionate about it, and you're acting it out. Can you talk a little bit about that and like how it feels when you're up there?
Yeah, I'm overcome with emotion, just kind of like what we were talking about, and it always helps. Like, I've played in places where I'm just background music, and I don't go that crazy like I did today. I kind of look a little more normal, maybe some odd facial expressions, but when people are watching me, it excites me, and I think that's what you're talking about. I get worked up. It's you guys. Everyone listening and watching, that's what does that to me. Because when I practice in my room, I'm not going, but once I get up on stage, it's just everyone is giving me something. I don't know. I'm giving it. I'm receiving, but I'm also giving. It's a circle.
My last thing is, what to say about Live Oak?
Okay. I love the friendships you get here because I feel like everyone is ready to make a friend when they come to Live Oak. Like, and then every year you keep seeing that person, and then now with social media you can see each other year round on Facebook. I think, yeah, my favorite part of Live Oak is the Live Okies. Live Okies for sure.
And so, what do you think the future holds for you?
Well, I think my destination is going to be music. Lots and lots and lots of music. Wherever I go, I will do that. And so yeah, that destination, music.